Morning, everybody. Texas Rebel. Just wanted to do a quick update video. Yesterday, I was literally getting ready to leave the house, and a package showed up from Green Tools, and I did a quick unboxing. But he had a big bag of stuff in it, and I dumped it out last night when I got back from my motorcycle thing, and there was a ton of stuff in here. So this lock I already had, but I'm pretty sure Suspicts made these for him. He's had them on some of his videos, but it's a little stand to display it. You can put the key on it. So pretty slick. But I went ahead and kind of disassembled everything, whole bag of Yale blanks, uh, but three full Medicos. So this one's an original. It looks like an original. Yeah, they're all original. So none of those are biaxials. Uh, Couple cutaways here. So another cutaway, which mine has the after Asa Abloy bought them out. This one's an original uh, old school Medico before they got bought out. I think this is the one I won off the Swamp Picker giveaway. Uh, and then he's got a couple the newer kind of V6 style, a little bit more aggressive cutaways he's doing. These are gorgeous, and he sent me all the stuff, so I kind of separated them all out into the different pins and key pins and whatnot. So I will populate these. Uh, but spare stuff. This one is the beginning of a cutaway, and a couple of these he's I don't know if that's going to show, but for my boy TX Rebel from Green Tools NYC. That on one of these other ones too. So yeah, let's see if this will show in that. So very cool stuff, but we're gonna figure out which of these fit. Coming to the end. So yeah, it's more for this one. So these longer cylinders maybe are what go in these, but sent me a bunch of sidebars, extra springs, all kinds of stuff. So I get to play with putting them all together, but pretty awesome stuff. It's so stinking cool, man. So anyway, I will. Green had asked me to maybe do some picking with friends, so I think that's what these are for. Uh, is to give some people my choice and maybe start picking these. So if you've never done a Medico, you want to do a Medico, it definitely helps if you've got one of his cutaways. But if maybe the best way to do this is any of his lock holders, I've got a list of who has his cutaways. If you guys want to get in on the fun, reach out to me. I'll be sending out two of these probably for somebody else to pick, and we'll make a little live series of learning and practicing on the cutaways, and then starting to get into the actual lock. And these, I'll take them apart, clean them up. We'll check inside what the pinning is. But these are probably purple belts. So some of the pins he sent me do have false gates. So depending how many false gates are in them, they can be brown belts. But we'll make sure they're set up as purples. And yeah, who knows? I may set this one up as a brown belt just for the challenge. So anyway, thank you, Green. This is awesome. I love your stuff. Keep up the good work, my friend, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys, a little fast forward time warp there. So I was able to play with stuff. Some of these springs I already had, but Green sent me a bunch of extra stuff, so I kind of cleaned everything up, separated my pins into whether they're left rotation, right rotation, neutral rotation for when I'm trying to pin things, spare keys. One thing I might need to get with you, Green, is this particular cutaway. Pretty unique, but this is the only cylinder that fits it. It's a 5-pin. But the keyway, none of the keys that got sent with this one fit this. So still very cool and good conversation piece. I ended up one of the cylinders you sent was a little bit thicker than the rest. You can see it's just a little bit longer. So that ended up working perfect. I stole the cylinder and the pins out of this one to populate this inline six. So the more I've looked at this stuff, the more stuff I'm finding. So let's see if I can get this to show. So by Green Tools NYC, with love for my friend, Texas Rebel. I got this one working, sealing the parts out of this. So this will be something that I can learn on. I bought the same CNC that Green did, and he's going to school me up a little bit on playing with these. So something to learn on and play with. But very cool on that one. This was the second one he sent me. You know, I've still got 3 for all of us to play with. And then this one with all the spare parts and spare pins and all the stuff you sent me, I was able to do something kind of cool with it. So I just wanted to show everybody what he engraved on this one. So by Green Tools NYC for my boy, Texas Rebel. On the back, USA #1, doing a lot of stuff for veterans. And I feel honored to have gotten the first technically veteran one. But as you can see, he cut out the plug on the side. So these little pieces that he cut. But he never finished cutting it out. So while these are cool and great to learn with, this, you know, purple belt, most of these are purples, becomes a white belt. Well, the Medico original, the Medico biaxial, and the Medico M3 are all in the same category. And if it's got 5 pins or more, it's considered a purple belt. If it's got 6 pins or more, with the caveat that it must have 4 of the pins, grab some out of here and see if I can show you, must have false gates in it. So grab my tweezers and see if I can find one that's got a false gate. Yeah, here we go. All right. So on these, for those of you that don't know, Medicos had chiseled tips. Let's see if we can get this to focus. They've got a chiseled tip on the bottom. What happens is the keys, in addition to having the regular cuts, the cuts in here are angled. You can see that. So some of them go straight across, some are angled one way, some are angled the other. What that does, that rotates these chisel tips. And what you've got to do is there's a gate down the side of this, and in the lock there are these sidebars. So you got a sidebar here. All the pins must be rotated with the correct orientation for that locking bar, that sidebar, to be able to rest into those cuts and to press far enough into the cylinder that it can rotate. Well, some of them, you can see the second cut right here. Let's see if I can make this focus. Let's see, kind of in that light. So you see the bigger main cut right here. And then right next to it, you see that shallower cut. That's a false gate. So the first Medico I ever picked was a Medico M3. It had no false gates. So even though it was 6 pin, it's a purple. Well, he sent me enough stuff with false gates, and I was able to, with all the pinning, I was able to get 4 pins with false gates into it. So this is now a brown belt Medico. So I will be trying my luck at picking this one, and since he didn't finish milling it out all the way, it should count. It should be, you know, a legitimate brown belt. So thank you, Green Tools. Loving all my stuff. Appreciate you, brother, and we will see you all next time.